This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin this Tuesday afternoon with breaking news. A murder suspect from Champlin, Minnesota is now in jail after being caught here in Fargo. At around 4 this morning, Fargo police got a tip that 44-year-old James Nyote was either heading to the Fargo area or was already in the metro. 5 hours later, the SWAT team responded to the Dakota Park Apartments. The apartment building is behind Essentia on 32nd. Police say Nyote was arrested without incident. The Champlin Police Department says he is tied to the stabbing death of a 35-year-old woman that happened late last night. Champlin is located north of the Twin Cities. And new for you at noon, investigators are looking into what started a Northern Valley Country Club on fire. Grand Forks Sheriff's deputies found flames inside the Grand Forks Country Club maintenance shop around 8 last night near 12th Avenue Northeast. The Thompson Volunteer Fire Department responded and put out the flames. Officials say there are no injuries reported. The extent of the damage and the cause of the fire is unknown. Turning our attention to the weather, we had a mild morning, but changes are on the way. Let's get a quick look at the weather with Summer Schnellbach. Summer?
Thanks, Stacy. It's another windy one. That wind is blowing in some changes to our forecast. We're going to see windy conditions continue through today, tomorrow, and Thursday. But we're also seeing some rain showers developing that will be transitioning to some snow. So we've got that first alert weather day for tomorrow for the combination of wind and snow, accumulating snow, and some slick roads are expected. Right now, across the region, temperatures are mild in the 30s and 40s, but check out that wind out of the southeast, sustained in the teens and 20s, gusting over 30 miles per hour in several areas. Looking out in western and central North Dakota, we're seeing those rain showers in green, some areas of pink with mixed precipitation, and some areas just to the east of Minot already seeing some snow. This is advancing to the east and southeast, so we will be seeing some of these showers across the region into this afternoon. Here's your hourly planner in Fargo. By around 9-10 p.m., this model indicates those rain showers starting up. And here's what we might be dealing with for some precipitation. JC, coming up in just a few minutes, we'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and some impacts that you need to know about for your commutes tomorrow.
Thank you, Summer. Lots to go over. A massive fire badly damaged a popular retailer in St. Paul. A blast of flames from the Lundy's and Byerly's grocery store lit up the streets of downtown St. Paul this morning. There's significant exterior damage, and the store was also damaged inside before the sprinkler system kicked in. There are apartments located above the store, but it's not clear if they were damaged. A standoff in Duluth between a man and police ended without any issues after the 37-year-old suspect was arrested for firing his gun. Police were called in for a report of a man who shot at a car tire yesterday morning and say the man was having a mental health crisis and refused to exit his pickup truck. The suspect was arrested after over 3 hours of negotiations and was hospitalized for a medical evaluation. He also faces a pending charge of shooting his weapon within city limits. Russia and Ukraine are still at war, but the two nations have reopened talks that could lead to a ceasefire in the bloody conflict. Reporter Deborah Alferone has the latest from Washington.
Russia's deputy defense minister says Moscow will, quote, fundamentally cut back operations near Kyiv and another major city in Ukraine to increase mutual trust. The latest development was announced in Turkey, where negotiators from Russia and Ukraine wrapped up a day of talks aimed at ending Russia's deadly invasion. In addition to a ceasefire, Ukrainian officials are seeking guarantees for the nation's future. Russia has demanded Ukraine declare its neutrality and have no military affiliation with another country. And Ukrainian President Zelensky says he's open to that. Here at the White House, the Biden administration is watching the talks closely, while President Biden continues to defend his comment, saying Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power.
I want to make it clear, I wasn't then, nor am I now, articulating a policy change. I was expressing the moral outrage that I feel, and I make no apologies for it.
On the ground in Ukraine, military officials say they've recaptured 2 towns outside Kyiv. One NATO official estimates between 7,000 and 15,000 Russian troops have been killed in just over a month. But in a video message, Ukraine's president says it is too soon to talk about areas being safe. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Closer to home, a major setback for people trying to boot South Dakota's Attorney General from office. A state House committee is recommending that Jason Ravensborg face no impeachment charges for his actions surrounding a deadly car crash in 2020. Governor Kristi Noem had pushed for him to be removed from office, but the GOP-controlled House committee yesterday found his actions did not merit impeachment. Individual House lawmakers say may still bring impeachment charges. Ravensborg struck and killed Joseph Bover, who was walking near a rural highway in September of 2020. He was charged with misdemeanor traffic violations. North Dakota Attorney General Drew Wrigley is replacing the second-ranked prosecutor in office. Troy Siebel has held the post for 6 years. He says he understands and respects Wrigley's decision to name his own deputy. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum appointed Wrigley to the state's top law enforcement position following the death of Wayne Stinjum, who died in January from cardiac arrest. The FDA gave its approval today for a second COVID-19 booster shot for some. Anyone over 50 and immunocompromised individuals, such as organ recipients who are 12 or older, can also get a second booster shot. According to the administration's statement, emerging evidence suggests that a second booster, quote, improves protection against severe COVID-19 and is not associated with new safety concerns. Coming up at noon, as more COVID restrictions are lifted, more people are wanting to travel. We'll explain how much more it could cost you. But next, the return of winter. We'll have a look at how it could impact your commute coming up.